Just in preparation for January 31st against Shakur Stevenson.
He was born for this. He's God gifted. We're implementing a lot of different things for this camp. You got to do things in there that people have never seen.
Every day is a different type of segment of working out. Earlier today, I had a little bit of strength and conditioning, and then swimming, exercising and expanding those lungs. And then we finish off late night. We come here and do 18 ounces of gloves, an hour or as long as I can of training without no break. Just trying to see how much more I could push.
He's the best whenever he's in good condition.
I'm not on the level that I think I am and I say I am.
And on the top level, all these guys have been looking up. So, you know, it's about time that they really find out where their place is, you know. They weren't looking up for nothing. January 31st and whatever fight after that, you know, I really think, you know, he's at the turning point of his career.
Both Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez are deep in their training camps right now, pushing every limit as this massive fight gets closer. Each man is locked in, fine-tuning their craft and building that champion's mindset for what could be a career-defining battle.
Than the previous camps, I'm actually having more meals in between rather than before.
I've been with him ever since he started boxing, which was at 6. I really knew that he was really good when he started beating professional fighters at 13, 14 years old.
Between me and Shakur, when we were on the top rank, because we were the next rising stars, we sparred. We did only 3 rounds back in Miami in 2016. I was getting the best out of him. You should have seen afterwards. Why do you think he said stop? He said stop recording. Come on, dog.
Considered by many as the pound-for-pound king, Lomachenko!
I want him to chase Loma because I knew that if we missed that opportunity, we would have never got him.
Teofimo Lopez is sending a clear message to Shakur Stevenson. Come fight night, he's planning to unleash everything he's got and show the world exactly what he's capable of when the lights are brightest.
January 31st, you'll find out. Today is chest, triceps, a little bit of shadow boxing with some weights. Keep the ligaments and everything loose. A little bit of forearms to finish it off. Nothing too intense like others. We don't need that. Later today, we're gonna go boxing, but prior to that, we're gonna go recover.
Lopez is putting in serious work during these training sessions, perfecting his speed and accuracy with every combination. You can see the dedication in every drill as he prepares to make each punch count when it matters most.
Right now we're boxing. Yep, we're original classic, reason why we're here type of boxing.
Well, every day is a learning experience. So when he's in there, he's just focused, you know? And when I see him focus, every time I know that he has somebody, I always tell him, you already figured him out. You know, that's like letting him know, have fun. From now on, just have fun. Back out.
Coming in at number 10, Teofimo Lopez has that look of a man who's made his decision. There's no doubt in his mind about what needs to happen in this fight.
Those are things.
Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson is about making a statement and settling the debate once and for all about who deserves to be called the division's top dog.
Can't nobody beat me. And I make it look pretty. You can do all this, all this, all this. Bro, you try to step this way, go night-night. Going night-night. What's gonna happen then when I beat Shakur? What you all gonna say then? You know what I mean? I believe in me. I believe in me before anybody else believed in me. Shakur is stepping up because he got nobody else to go after. He's stepping up to try to prove a point. You know, his big bro, AKA Terrence Bud Crawford, you know, put a huge upset and made a historical moment in time. I think those things like that make Shakur want to step up the plate, step up to the challenge and face Teofimo. Who is I? I mean, we were stablemates, me and Shakur, top rank. He talks about this and that and about I was jealous of him. No, I'm not. You were a 2016 USA silver medalist.
Shakur sees this as his opportunity to face someone with serious credentials and major wins on their record. By taking down a proven champion like Teofimo, he can put all the critics to rest. best and prove he belongs at the elite level.
I made this.
Sean Davis is right there in camp with Shakur Stevenson, pushing the pace and keeping that championship energy alive. Every session is about getting sharper and more focused as they prepare for what's coming.
A guy like
Trainer Wally Moses is working overtime to eliminate every weakness and build the most complete version of Shakur possible. They're addressing every detail to make sure doubt has no place in this camp.
Things are going pretty well so far. We had an excellent camp going so far, and I think that, you know, Shakur is going to be in the greatest shape of his life for this hit fight. He gets better by the hour, so being that he gets better by the hour, soon he'll be invincible. So, you know, that's the way we're looking at it.
Tio is probably the biggest opponent I fought, but I don't feel like size win fights. I don't care who you is. If we get in a physical little wrestling match or anything in there, you gonna feel me just as much as I feel you. So
Shakur's always been on the top level. All these guys have been looking up. So, you know, it's about time that they really find out where their place is, you know. They weren't looking up for nothing.
Regis Prograis has some interesting thoughts about how this fight plays out. He thinks Shakur holds significant advantages both mentally and technically over Teofimo Lopez. While he respects Lopez's natural athletic gifts, Prograis notices some patterns that could be problematic. Teofimo has stepped up for huge fights against guys like Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, but there are stretches where he seems uncomfortable and loses focus when adversity hits. Prograis expects the opening rounds to be competitive, maybe the first 2 or 3 staying tight. But after that initial phase, Stevenson's calmness and ring IQ start to take over. Shakur's ability to land clean counters and find openings will gradually break down Lopez's rhythm. As Teofimo starts missing more shots and getting frustrated, Prograis believes Shakur will methodically take control, not through knockout power, but through surgical precision, ultimately winning a clear decision over 12 rounds.
Stevenson, that definitely makes sense. Who do you think's gonna win that fight?
I got Shakur for sure. Shakur.
Do you think he wins this comfortably, or do you think it'll be a close fight?
I think he wins it comfortably. Yeah, I think he wins it comfortably. I think you know, Shakur. I think the thing is about Tio is very good athletically, but he's weak-minded. You know, you can see in some fights he struggles. Tio does struggle. You know, now he does come up for big fights. Lomachenko, he came up. Josh Taylor, he came up. But a lot of fights, man, he struggles in. You know, he does struggle on a whole lot of fights and stuff. Like, I think he looked good. Yeah, he looked good against Barboza. But like I said, for the most part, Tio does struggle. And I think he struggles mentally with a lot of things. But I think with Shakur, I think Shakur's going to break him. I think maybe the first two or three rounds, it might be a close fight. You know, it might be close. It might be 2-1 or something like that. But then after that, I feel like
Michael Conlon considers this matchup between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson one of the most compelling fights available in boxing right now. Looking at it on paper, you've got two incredibly skilled fighters bringing elite-level abilities to the ring. Conlon acknowledges that while boxing fans are buzzing about it, the fight might split opinions because it probably won't be the non-stop war some people are hoping for. When you watch Shakur Stevenson work, you're seeing a true student of the sport in action. He brings patience, fight IQ, and laser-sharp timing together, dictating terms and making every move count, basically turning each round into a strategic battle rather than just throwing leather.
Shakur is probably going to start stepping up, and Tio's going to try to hit him, and it's not going to work. And then Shakur might start. The thing about Shakur is a very good, a real good counterpuncher, really sharp, real sharp with the counterpunch. He sneaks those punches in, you know, and that's the one that hurt the most when he just sneaking them in when you're not supposed to hit him. So I definitely feel like, yeah, I feel like Shakur is going to beat him comfortably. Now, not knockout, but comfortable 12 rounds for sure.
Have you sparred Lopez before?
I never sparred Tio, though. Never sparred Tio.
Teofimo Lopez brings moments of pure excellence to the table. His physical tools, punching power, and technical ability are legitimate, but he can be inconsistent, which creates both danger and vulnerability in this matchup. That dynamic is exactly what makes this bout so fascinating. Conlon emphasizes this won't be a phone booth war, but more of a tactical chess match where patience, precision, and smart choices become the deciding factors. Every error gets magnified beyond just physical strength, and whoever adapts better under the bright lights could walk away with the victory. From his perspective, it's intelligence versus athleticism, where calculated moves might trump pure force.
One of the best fights that could have been made in boxing. When Teo is on, unbelievable. Shakur, unbelievable. What happens?
Can I tell you my thoughts?
I hope so, yeah, go on.
I think it's going to be a bore fest.
It could be. An elite level chess match.
On paper, it's an unbelievable fight. But I think when you're in there with a boxing master like Shakur, and he's going to play the game of just playing chess and not making no silly moves. And Teo is so, like, erratic at times, but very technical at times, and explosive. Will he, because he's smart, he is very smart, will he be
The mistakes become costly in fights like these. Gervonta Davis gives us a behind-the-scenes look at Shakur Stevenson's training camp preparation for Teofimo Lopez, breaking down the brutal intensity of these sessions. He describes how they rotated through different looks while keeping the energy constant, with him grinding through round after round without rest. Multiple fighters and teams were in the gym, some working, others watching, but he kept pushing through demanding 6- and 7-round stretches. The footage with Shakur came during the hardest part of the workout, when exhaustion really tests a fighter's character. He mentions that even going back to before the Olympics, Shakur was developing serious physical strength to go with his technical skills, creating the complete package for fights at this elite level.
Okay, that's when one person stay in the middle and they just spot everybody that one person stay in while they keep. That's what that was. That's what I was doing. It wasn't just Shakur there. It was Shakur there. Richard Hitcherson's was there. He didn't want to spar. Who else was there? I want to say what? Keyshawn brother was there. Keyshawn Davis' brother was there, but he was just there as a spectator. I was about to spar with Troy Isley. Right. Did some rounds with Troy.
You sparred all of them.
Not Keyshawn brother. That was another day. But they was all there. All of them was there. That whole little camp. And there was another gym that was there too. So it was like 2 gyms that came to give us some work. I stayed in the middle and I did my rounds, boom. Did 6, hopped out, did 6 more. No, did 7 more straight. 6, hopped out, did 7 straight, boom. And the rounds that y'all seen with Shakur was the in my last round.
Oh, back end. The back end.
Yeah, that was the last round. That was the last round. And I'm like, all right. And they was doing like 3, hop out, or 2 and hop out, 2 and hop. So they was fresh. It was fresh, and it was before the Olympics. Motherfuckers is getting that grown man strength and that beefy body now. Like, come on, bro. Like I said before, still stands. Skills pays the bills. So you can be strong and big. If I'm gonna outskill you, then I'm gonna outskill you.
Yeah, we just saw that with Canelo and Terrence, man.
Exactly.
Tim Bradley breaks down why he believes Shakur Stevenson is virtually impossible to beat, highlighting the key differences between Stevenson and fighters like Teofimo Lopez. While he acknowledges Lopez's talent and power, Bradley doesn't see a clear path to victory for him. In Bradley's analysis, Stevenson has Lopez completely figured out, knowing exactly how to exploit his weak spots while neutralizing what he does well. He points out that Lopez hasn't been stopping elite competition lately, and depending on power alone won't cut it against someone with Stevenson's skill level. Bradley stresses that timing is the great equalizer in boxing, and Stevenson's timing lets him control everything from pace to countering opportunities, making even dangerous punchers look ordinary. He describes Stevenson as a thinking fighter who stays cool under pressure and can make adjustments on the fly.
Somebody tell me, how the hell do you beat some damn Shakur Stevenson? I'll wait. How you beat Shakur Stevenson? Can somebody please, on the contrary, please tell me, how the hell do you beat Teofimo Lopez? How you beat Teofimo Lopez? Because there's a blueprint out to beat Teofimo Lopez. Ain't no blueprint out to beat no damn Shakur Stevenson. Lopez don't know how to beat Shakur Stevenson. Ain't no damn blueprint. But I tell you who got a blueprint on how to beat Lopez. That's Shakur Stevenson. He know how to beat Lopez. Yeah, Lopez don't know how to beat him.
Lopez might try to turn up the heat or use his physical advantages, but Stevenson stays calm and makes smart decisions while forcing his opponents into bad spots. Bradley emphasizes that Stevenson's perfect record isn't about luck, but reflects his complete mastery of the technical, strategic, and mental sides of boxing. In his opinion, there's no roadmap for solving the Stevenson puzzle, and Lopez faces the same impossible task as everyone else who's tried to crack the code.
Ain't nobody figured it out yet. Nobody. The man is undefeated. Talking about, oh. Seeing some guys saying, oh, he gonna knock out Shakur Stevenson. Come on, stop it. Stop it. When the hell the last time that Lopez knocked anybody out? I mean, he hit Claggett. Well, Claggett, yeah. He hit Claggett with the kitchen sink. And Claggett ain't go no damn where. Shit, I mean, come on. When was the last time this man knocked somebody out? Come on. 135 when he was bigger than everybody? Yeah. That was it. Mm-hmm. So, y'all can miss me, man. Miss me with he gonna knock out Shakur. Miss me with
Oscar Valdez offers his perspective on what someone would need to do to beat Shakur Stevenson, focusing on staying disciplined and executing a perfect game plan. He explains that Stevenson presents unique challenges because he never lets opponents control the action or force him into uncomfortable positions. Valdez warns that when facing Stevenson, fighters can't let emotions take over or to do too much at once. Drawing from his own experience, he describes how Stevenson's composure and accuracy can break down even world-class opposition.
Not getting greedy inside the ring with him, not losing focus, not letting him get into his game plan when it comes to invite you, because there's no option. There's either you fight his game or you fight no game. Because we see him with Dos Santos, he didn't try to put the pressure on him, and it was an extremely somewhat boring fight because neither or was trying to set the tone inside the ring. So if you're gonna set the tone with someone with Shakur, you better have a game plan, because the guy he's gonna be patient. He's not gonna get off his game plan to fall into your trap. So if I'm Teofimo Lopez's coach, I would tell him not to lose focus, not to.
Stevenson continuously makes small adjustments, staying active while countering, forcing opponents to take big risks and make crucial mistakes. Valdez emphasizes that anyone facing him needs a crystal-clear strategy and the mental strength to stick with it, avoiding the trap of fighting Stevenson's fight. He admits this is much easier to say than actually do, since Stevenson combines patience with constant subtle activity, making him incredibly difficult to solve. Valdez views a potential fight against Stevenson as a true 50-50 proposition, but maintains that mental discipline and sticking to the plan remain the only realistic path to victory against Shakur Stevenson inside the squared circle. What an incredible journey from those early morning training sessions to the final exhausting rounds of sparring. Both training camps have given everything they have, perfecting their weapons, finalizing their strategies, and building that hunger that makes great fights inevitable. Teofimo's speed, power, and belief are impossible to ignore. He's certain he can change the momentum with pressure and moments of pure brilliance. Stevenson represents the complete opposite, staying methodical, strategic, and precise, supported by a team that's clearly committed to eliminating weaknesses and capitalizing on every mistake.
First A, B, C, whatever it is, stick to it and go for it. But someone like Shakur Stevenson, like I said, it's easier said than done with a fighter like that, because it's not like he's too back from you. He's just right there in your face, and once you throw, he just rocks back a little bit and touches you. Then it becomes very frustrating. Then when you start loading up, then he does it again. He starts loading up at his shots, but just outboxing you. So I would just say it's like I said, it's a tough one for me to pick who will come out victorious. That's why I go with the 50-50 fight.
What was like the most frustrating thing? You mentioned, Teo has to stay focused. He can't get frustrated. I remember watching your fight against Shakur there live. It seemed that you were getting a little bit frustrating. Like, what was the most frustrating thing you think happened in that, like, Teo, I guess, can expect?
Well, I mean, me and Teofimo are completely different fighters. Teofimo is more of a fighter. Like, he's a ring generalship. He's in there thinking. He's calm. He's having fun.
The experts have painted the perfect picture of what's coming. This isn't going to be a wild brawl, but a mental war where timing, discipline, and making the right adjustments will decide everything over pure strength. That clash between Lopez's dangerous unpredictability and Stevenson's calculated brilliance is exactly why this fight has captured everyone's attention. Look for competitive early action, moments that could swing everything, and those small technical adjustments that separate the great from the good. No matter what happens when the bell rings, both fighters have proven they deserve this moment. For boxing fans, it's a battle of contrasting styles and iron wills. For these warriors, it's about answering questions and making their mark on the sport. If you appreciate boxing that celebrates strategy alongside courage, this is absolutely must-see television. That wraps up our breakdown today, and we'll catch you next time.